knowing more about the Gamaga aspects in terms of playing techniques. Sustain. Actually, what do you mean by sustain? You are staying in the particular note, but you are not in the position. Something is happening. Some kind of here and there that note is moving. That is called sustain. So how it moves? So it is like vibrato. You can say it as vibrato. It is not related to that much in our Carnatic music. But when you say vibrato, the note itself is shaking. It is not associating with the adjacent notes. So actually, we mean by sustain, the particular note is associated with the adjacent notes, whether it may be the previous note or succeeding note. So for so many ragas, this playing techniques is very much essential to explain. Like in Natai, so first no need to come first to Natai, we will do with Hamsadvani. So how is the Hamsadvani me? So say me. So if you want to sustain that, you almost is sari, but not in the position. So these two sounds are really different. So when you play with middle finger and ring finger together, it sounds in a way more sunny. So the same time when you do with index finger only, your sa is more prominent. So whatever sound you want to make, you can do accordingly. Can you play that both? The sound. With middle finger and ring finger. Correct. Now, when you come to Ga and Ma, these are actually adjacent notes. So in Shankarabharana, Gama, we say Ma, but actually we are doing Gama. You can say it as Anuswara, or you can say it as you are giving sustain for Ma. But here we are doing with the previous note. So we are saying Ma, we are giving sustain to Ga. In Shankarabharanam, we say it as Ma, but we are playing Gama. Ga is here prominent. So, to make this sound, we are lifting Ma. So Ga is constant here, and we are lifting Ma with the ring finger. So it's a combination of middle finger and ring finger. We are lifting Ma to make this sound. With any other finger combination, we cannot make this sound. So we pronounce like Ma, and this is a combo of the previous note. So in Hamsadvani, it was a combination of succeeder note. Here it is combination of previous. Now the same Sarigama in Maya Malapat kuda. The same thing. We are doing the same playing technique, and then we say Ga. Exact same technique, exact same sound, but in Maya Madhavagavada we say Ga. Sariga. In Shankarabharanam we say Ma. Sariga Ma. Okay, now come back to Natak. So it is. So the Shatsu Drishva. Supposition. we do this with the combination of index finger and middle finger. But we are giving sustain to the previous note, Chatusruta, which is not present in this raga. So this is also another combination. The sustain for Shatsruta. In that time, we are giving a little bit sustain with the previous note, which is Chatusruta and which is not present in this raga. Now come to Varali. Svarali. The position is actually Chatusruta Rishabha. We say it as Shuddha Gandhara. So the position is a position. So here, if you play like this, nothing is related to Varali. So simply give a small sustain with your middle finger to the adjacent note, which is Ga, which is not present in this raga. So Ga. So once again, the note is Shuddha Gandharam. Give sustain to the adjacent note, that means succeeder note, with the next finger, middle finger. So it will sound as Varali. So when you play the same, that is Chandra Jyoti. So the same position, but it will sound as Chandra Jyoti. If you, without that sustain, it will sound as Chandra Jyoti. If you give that sustain, then only the Varali Gandhara. So it is, the term is there, Varali Gandhara. Sariga, that's a position. Ga, ga, that's the sound. Note. Pamagarisa, without that sustain. Chandra Jyoti. Pamagarisa. Pamagarisa. Chandra Jyoti. So we discussed about the adjacent notes. When a position is associated with the adjacent notes, that was a discussion. If the note is not adjacent, that means if there is a gap, then also this type of gamaga comes. So the sustain here, it is called a long sustain. And this term is very much familiar to all Kampida gamaga. So if there is a gap in between two notes, we are associating, we are sliding with the, we are doing that gamaga with a sliding and combining those two notes. That is Kampida gamaga. So always you have to bother about the measure of that Kampita Gamaga. How much you have to slide, up to which note you have to slide, and how many times you have to slide. These are the considerations. So we can do Re and Ga, between Re and Ga. So this was simply a Gamaga of Re. See? Two times. The slide was two times and it was up and down also. It's Kampita Gamaga. So if there is a gap in between two notes, you can apply this Kampita Gamaga according to the raga condition. Shahana. So it was not that much first one. First So the second and third one was a little low. Now the final one, Pari was coming from Pa. In this way, so Ma we can check this. Shangaravana. It was another kind of Gamaga. So this Kampita Gamaga comes where there is gap in between two swaras. So when you do the same with middle finger in mid range, it is easy actually. So for small notes, you do the same. It's really difficult. There you need some kind of playing techniques. See, in Todi, Danisa, if you do with index finger, it is easy and it sounds as the same. If you try the same with middle finger, it not sound. You cannot play in Todi this with the middle finger. That's the criteria. So here you have to bother about that measure. That means we are saying me, but it comes up to tha. Which is not present in this raga. So when you do a Kampita Gamaga, where you are starting from, up to which note you have to go and in which note you are landing. This matters according to the raga condition. That's all sustain.